In this video, I'm going to show you how to calculate the standard deviation when two data sets are merged. In the last video, we looked at doing this for the mean. It's a little bit trickier for the standard deviation. Let's have a look. So it's the same classes. Class A has 30 students, Class B has 25. We have the mean scores for A and B, and now we're given the standard deviation for A and B as well. And we want to find the standard deviation for the entire cohort. Okay, in the previous video, we worked out the mean score for everyone, and I'm describing the entire cohort as X, and we had that as 55.45. It was actually 54.45 recurring, so I'll just keep that here to keep things accurate. I'm looking for the standard deviation of the entire cohort now. Now what that's going to be is the sum of all of the squared scores divided by the total number of students minus the mean squared for everyone. So we have the mean here. So we just need to work out the sum of all the squared scores. And we're actually going to use this fact, which is kind of obvious when you think about it. The sum of all of the squared scores is the sum of all of the squared scores in Class A plus the sum of all of the squared scores in Class B. So the question is, how do we work out the sum of the squared scores for A and for B? Well, we do it using the standard deviation. So the standard deviation for A, which is 10, is, because of what the rule for standard deviation is, the square root of the sum of all of the squared scores for A divided by the number of students in Class A, which is 30, minus the mean score for Class A, which is 60, squared. Well, notice there's only one unknown in this, so I can rearrange this to find what the sum of the squared scores are. So squaring both sides, I get 100 equals the sum of the square scores in Class A over 30, minus 60 squared, which is 3,600. So if I add that to both sides, I get 3,700 equals the sum of the square scores for A over 30, and if I multiply both sides by 30, I get 3,700 times 30 is a delightful number, 111,000. Okay, we can do the same thing for Class B. So the standard deviation of B is 15, and that must be equal to the square root of the sum of the squared scores in Class B, which we don't know, but we want to work out, divided by the number of students in Class B, minus the mean score in Class B, which is 50, squared. So squaring both sides, I get 225 is equal to the sum of the squared scores in Class B over 25 minus 50 squared, which is 2,500. Adding 2,500 both sides, I get 2,725. Is equal to the sum of the scores in Class B over 25, multiplying both sides by 25, I get the sum of the scores in Class B to be 68,175. All right, so now I can go back here and I can say I know what the sum of the scores for all of the students is. It's just this number plus this number. So add those together, and it is 179,175. So now I've got everything I need for this equation, because I know that the standard deviation is the square root of the sum of the squares of all students, so 179,175, divided by the total number of students, which is 30 plus 25, so 55, and minus the mean squared, and I've already calculated the mean, and I'll make sure when I key it in, I'll have quite a few 454545s to keep it really accurate. All right, so just key that straight into the calculator, and we get the standard deviation to be the square root of 182.52. So square rooting that, and I get a standard deviation of 13.5. All right, is there room to write it? Let's write it here. So the standard deviation of X of the entire cohort is 13.5. All right, now just some things to point out. When you merge data sets, your mean will always be somewhere between the mean of the two classes. So we had a mean of 60 and a mean of 50, and our mean of the merged data